Welcome to Move and Meditate with Gigi. I'm Gigi, and today is featuring my unicorn mat. We're going to be focusing on hips and low back to either wake up and start your day or wind down and end your day. So let's get to it. We're going to begin today by lying down on our backs, arms out to the sides, soften or close the eyes. Relax the body, exhaling air out. You can place one hand on your low belly, one on your heart. And noticing your breathing as you lay on your mat. Checking in with your mind and your body. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, breathing in through the hand on your low belly. Into the chest, breathe in, open mouth, exhale. Close the lips, tongue at the roof of the mouth, just behind the teeth. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. One more like that. Close the lips in through the nose. Breath, fullest breath you've taken today. Open the mouth, let it go. Now keeping the lips closed, inhale. Exhale through the nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Now begin to flex the toes towards your face, activating the shins, pushing the calves into the floor, and then slowly, gently press the heel down, point the toes to the bottom of your mat. Inhale and flex, flaring all 10 toes, and point. Firming the legs, activating the legs. Inhale, flex the feet. And exhale, point. Flex, point, and then relax the feet and slowly take circles with the ankles in one direction. And then the other direction. Interlacing your hands, inhale, reach the arms overhead, full body stretch, pull the ankles together. And exhale, release the hands down, place the feet on the mat, hip distance, and slowly from side to side, windshield wiper the knees. Moving with the speed you desire. And then eventually letting both knees fall to the left. Cactus the arms out to the side. Look to the right. Take an inhale. And exhale, look deeper. One more breath in. And out. Head comes up to neutral, knees come to neutral, and let the knees fall to the right side. Head to the left. Inhale. And exhale. In. Out. Looking a little bit deeper. Inhale again. And exhale, head comes to neutral, knees come to neutral, and then hug the knees in towards the spine, interlace your hands below the knees, and bring your chin towards your chest, squeezing into a ball. Inhale. Exhale, head and chest come down. Place one hand on each knee and slowly begin to circle towards the left. Remembering to breathe And circle the other way. Breathing in and out, coming back to center, keeping the hands on the knees. We're going to take the knees in opposite directions, away from each other. And switching directions. And then hugging the knees into the chest one more time. Take the hands underneath the knees and thighs and sit yourself up to a seated position. We'll come onto our hands and knees into a tabletop. My wrists are under my shoulders, my knees are under my hips. My wrists are under my shoulders, my knees are under my hips, and we're going to take some cat and cow. So go ahead, tuck your tailbone round through the spine, drop the head, soften the eyes, push the shin bones into the floor as you inhale, arch the back, look forward, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, pushing back. Inhale, forward, draw the chest forward, broaden through the collarbone. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, push down through the hands and the feet. Inhale, forward. Spreading the sit bones, pressing the feet down. Exhale, cat. And then coming to neutral here, we're going to bring our weight to our right knee. We're going to lift our left knee up and take little stirs with the top leg. Thinking about the movement coming from the hip socket. Noticing the hip socket. Switching directions. And then setting that knee back down, take a breath at center. As you exhale, the right leg lifts, called fire hydrants. But from here, we'll stir the hip joint, breathing in and breathing out. Changing directions. Making sure my hip stays stacked over my knee and I'm not off to one side too far. And then bring that knee back down. Inhale. As you exhale, turn your fingertips to face towards you. You can do one at a time or both. And gently rock back, lifting the palm off the ground. Inhale, coming back forward, palm down. And exhale, gently sitting back. Inhaling forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Good, go ahead, shake out the wrists. Coming back into our tabletop. I'm going to face you so you can see me. I'm going to place my left leg directly out in line with my front hip. You may want to look at me to see. And I'm going to place the left hand in the center. As I inhale, reach my right fingertips up to the sky. And exhale back down. Inhale, and then twist on the exhale. 2, 3, 4, last one. Beautiful. Place both hands underneath the shoulders. Sit the hip back toward the heel and the toes up to the sky. You can stay on your hands or come onto your elbows. Breathing in and out. 2 more. In through the nose and out through the nose. And coming back up to center. Bring the knees under the hips again, and then the right leg will reach out directly in line with the right hip. Place the right hand in the center. Take an inhale. On the exhale, left fingertips reach up to the sky, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reach the arm up. That's 2. Twist on the exhale. 3, 4, and 5. Hands come back down underneath the shoulders, sitting the hips back toward the heels. My right toes up to the sky. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, either stay on your hands or forearms. 2 more deep breaths in. Out. Breathing in. And out. Inhale, coming back up onto my hands and knees. I'm going to walk my knees under my hips again. If you have sensitive knees, sometimes it's nice to place a little padding underneath them, like a blanket or even a towel. From here, we're going to go into frog. So I like to enter on the side width of my mat, and I slowly walk one knee out and then the other. Depending on your level of flexibility, you might be more up here or you might be closer to the ground. Either way is fine. We're going to take a breath in either on our hands or on your elbows. And exhale. Try to make sure your knees are in line with your hip. Your ankles are in line with your knees, and you're not sitting too far forward or too far back, somewhere in the center. I know it's intense. Keep breathing. Keep noticing the sensation in your body. Without judging it, can you be present with it? And use your breath to move with it. We're going to do a tactical frog, so you're going to want to watch closely, maybe even take a break for a moment if it's really intense. I'm going to bring my right hip towards the ground, and my right foot's going to come up off the ground. So I'm bringing my hips down towards the ground, twisting towards the left as I bring my right foot back down. I like to walk my hands over, and I'm going to bring my left hip towards the ground. Automatically, my left foot starts to rise, and then bring it down. Motion is lotion, so we want to move through this if possible. If it's too much, you can just hold frog, but I want you to give it a try. Even the least flexible people I've seen be able to do this. Even if you're up here, walk your hands forward a little more, bring your hip towards the ground, and lift your back heel. Nice job. You'll feel this one later. Breathe in and out. One more each side. Nice work. Walk your knees together, your hands together, face the front of your mat. Option to take the knees together or as wide as possible, and walk the hands out, forehead down on the mat, child's pose. When we do yoga, we become an observer of our body, of our mind, of our patterns. What do you observe right now? I want you to take a deep breath in and out. Again, in and out. Coming up again, we're going to sit down on our bottoms. A bug just bit me. And extend each leg out, one then the other. Move your buttocks flush out and back so you can really feel your sit bones. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Take a breath in, hands down by the sides. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for your shins, ankles, or feet. If you can walk your feet together, activate the legs, firm the quads. Try to keep the spine long so we're not rounding and hunching here. Elongated spine. If you have to come up a little bit to keep the spine straight, please do so. Just whatever you do, breathe in and out. And then your next inhale, coming to sit all the way up. Scoot forward just a little bit on your mat if you need. We're going to slowly start to lie it down, using our core muscles to bring us to the floor. Feet hover off the floor. Hold for 5, 4, you got it, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend the knees again. Hug them into the chest. And rock it side to side, massaging out the low back. And then hugging in the right knee, let the left leg go long into your mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. I'm going to place my left foot on the floor just so I can scoot my hips a little bit to the right, extending out the left leg. My right hand is going to come across my body to guide my right knee. My left hand's guiding my right knee as I look to my right. Inhale, we elongate the spine. We exhale, see if we can go a little bit deeper. Not forcing or pushing, just simply allowing the body to naturally open. Breath in, breath out, and bring it back to center. Square the hips and hug both knees in again, gently rocking from side to side. Hugging the left knee, and now the right leg comes down to the mat. We take a breath in and exhale. Planting the right foot on the floor. I'm going to scoot my hips an inch or so to the left. This is going to align my spine as I straighten out my right leg. Right hand on left knee as I guide it across my body. Left arm can go out to the left, gaze up at the sky, or to the left. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. And come back up to center. Square the hips again. Hug the knees in one more time. And then if you want to finish class, you can finish with a happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet or the big toes if you can. Maybe the ankles if that's more accessible for you. And then from here, when you're ready, extend one leg out, then the other. Adjust as you need to finish in a final resting pose, Shavasana. Palms reach up to the ceiling. Feet are relaxed. Whole body is relaxed. Eyes soften or close. Connect with your breath. Slowing it down. Relaxing the jaw. Slowing it down. Relaxing the jaw, the forehead, the face, the toes, the feet, the ankles, the legs, the hips, the hands, the forearms, the abdomen, the chest, neck and shoulders, all the way to the crown of the head. Body is fully relaxed, melting to the floor, and again, just becoming that observer. Observing any thoughts that come to your mind like clouds passing in the sky. You can acknowledge and witness them, but you don't have to become them. Simply allow them to pass. Linger here for as long as you wish. A reminder that you are worthy of rest. You are worthy of caring for yourself. It is not selfish, it is selfless. Thanks for joining Move and Meditate with Gigi. If you got value out of this content, please either like the video or subscribe if you haven't already, or maybe even share it with a friend or somebody you know who's dealing with tight hips and low back and could use a little bit of relief. See you next time. Namaste.